Prepare to unleash your darkest fears with Netflix's top 10 hair-raising horror movies. From heart-pounding scares to twisted tales of terror, these disturbing selections will haunt your dreams. Number 10. Mutants. In a snow-drenched post-apocalyptic France, a mysterious virus has decimated the population, transforming its victims into savage, bloodthirsty monsters. Amid the icy collapse, paramedic Sonia and her partner Marco race to reach the last known military refuge, an outpost rumored to be humanity's final stronghold. But the journey becomes a nightmare when Marco begins to show signs of infection, forcing Sonia into an impossible battle between love and survival. As the virus eats away at his humanity, Sonia must confront the true horror. Not the monsters outside, but the one slowly growing within the man she loves. Directed by David Morley, Mutants delivers a bleak, gut-wrenching atmosphere soaked in gore, emotion, and icy terror. The chilling soundscape and stark visuals trap you in a frozen hell where hope flickers like dying breath. Number 9. The Cloverfield Paradox. Aboard a high-tech space station orbiting a world teetering on the brink of war, an international crew activates the experimental Shepard particle accelerator, desperate to end Earth's energy crisis. But the moment they fire it up, the world below vanishes, and reality splinters. As they scramble to restore contact, alternate versions of themselves and nightmarish anomalies begin to invade the fragile habitat. A mysterious woman suddenly appears, loyalties dissolve, and the station itself mutates into a vessel of unease. The film is a mind-bending sci-fi horror that merges quantum dread with creeping paranoia, twisting the familiar into the alien. The ensemble cast navigates fractured dimensions and psychological breakdowns, as every corridor becomes an uncertain echo of what once was. Number 8. Little Evil.
There is nothing wrong with Lucas. He's very particular.
The child. Gary Bloom just married the woman of his dreams and may have adopted the spawn of Satan. His new stepson, Lucas, barely speaks, always wears a red hoodie, and is constantly surrounded by strange, terrifying occurrences. From school tragedies to cryptic cult members who seem to worship him. As Gary's paranoia spirals, he uncovers ancient prophecies and sinister secrets tied directly to his new family. Little Evil delivers a darkly comic twist on the classic evil child horror trope, walking a razor's edge between demonic terror and absurdity. With an uncomfortably relatable performance by Adam Scott and an eerie innocence behind Lucas's stare, the film turns parental fear into a supernatural nightmare. Number 7. The Conference. At a secluded Swedish team-building retreat, municipal employees gather to celebrate progress, until buried corruption and unchecked ambition flares into a blood-splattered nightmare. Under the guise of corporate unity, the group is haunted by the specter of a murder driven by vengeance, a man seeking retribution for his father's ruin, tied to a shady real estate scheme. As the event devolves into chaos, the employees, rife with office rivalries and personal flaws, are stalked one by a masked killer donning the grinning mascot of the upcoming mall. The film fuses scathing satire and brutal slasher thrills, delivering sharply crafted tension that ejects the audience into darkly comedic carnage. Number 6. Till Death.
Such a perfect couple.
Emma wakes on her anniversary to find herself handcuffed to her husband, who promptly shoots himself in the head, leaving her shackled to his dead body in a remote snow-covered lake house. But the nightmare is only beginning. As she drags his corpse through frozen silence, 2 intruders arrive, armed and intent on finishing what her husband started. With no phone, no help, and time running out, Emma must turn every corner of the house into a weapon, every ounce of pain into strength. Till Death is a cold, claustrophobic horror thriller where marriage becomes a death sentence, and survival demands more than just escape. It demands transformation. Megan Fox gives a gripping, raw performance as a woman reborn through brutality. Number 5. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I got run over. Helen gets her hair chopped off. Julie gets a body in a trunk, and you get a letter?
In a sleepy seaside town, 4 young friends, Julie, Helen, Barry, and Ray, share a blood-soaked secret. A late-night hit-and-run they swore to bury forever. But a year later, the silence is broken. Julie receives a chilling note. I know what you did last summer. One by one, they're hunted by a hook-wielding figure cloaked in black, whose presence is as relentless as their guilt. The film spins youthful recklessness into a slasher soaked in paranoia and dread. The golden glow of summer becomes a facade masking cold, creeping revenge, where every scream echoes with regret. As friendships unravel and trust crumbles, the past sharpens its blade and comes calling. Number 4, He Never Died.
How old are you?
I have no idea, but I'm in the Bible if that means anything. I'm known as Cain.
Probably just gonna go kill another room full of people.
Jack is no ordinary recluse. He's immortal, cannibalistic, and bound by a rigid routine. He eats donated blood, plays bingo, prays at church, and avoids human contact to suppress ancient urges. But when his adult daughter, Andrea, unexpectedly arrives seeking connection, a chain of events breaks the monotony. Mobsters bust in. Looking for the intern Jack quietly supplies with blood. Violence erupts. Jack's dormant appetite awakens, and he plunges into bloody confrontation to protect both daughter and fragile humanity. The film follows Henry Rollins as Jack, a weary anti-hero whose brute strength and sardonic silence hide centuries of regret. As he unravels into violence, Jack becomes both predator and protector, an eternal outcast haunting the edges of redemption and damnation. Number 3, Sputnik. In 1983, a Soviet space capsule crash lands with only one cosmonaut surviving. But he didn't return alone. Hidden within his body is a mysterious alien life form, surfacing only under cover of night. The government quarantines him in a remote facility and calls in Dr. Tatiana Klimova, a disgraced neurophysiologist, to assess the bizarre symbiosis. As she digs deeper, Tatiana discovers a horrifying connection between the man and the creature, one that's as psychological as it is physical. Under pressure from a ruthless military commander, she must decide whether to protect the host or contain the threat. Sputnik is a chilling Soviet-era sci-fi horror that weaves paranoia, biology, and political dread into a slow-burning nightmare. Number 2, Silent Hill.
This place is completely cut off.
Only the dog.
Rose, hurry! It's coming!
Rose da Silva brings her adopted daughter Sharon to the haunted town of Silent Hill, desperate to uncover the source of her nightmarish sleepwalking. A sudden car crash throws Rose into a fog-drenched realm where reality fractures. Sharon vanishes and Rose descends through ashen streets into a realm of twisted monsters, cultists, and bleeding architecture that shifts like a waking nightmare. Alongside Lieutenant Sybil Bennett, she unravels the town's dark past, buried by a fanatical cult's attempt to contain a tormented girl. Silent Hill fuses surreal, oppressive visuals with psychological dread, cloaked in religious desperation and maternal obsession. It's a chilling odyssey where motherhood and metaphor merge, and the boundary between salvation and damnation collapses into suffocating fog. Number 1, Annihilation.
It's destroying everything.
Biologist and former soldier Lena joins a covert expedition into the Shimmer, an expanding iridescent zone that defies science and mutates all forms of life within. Originating from a meteor strike near a remote lighthouse, the area consumes everything it touches, reshaping biology in grotesque, beautiful ways. As Lena and her all-female team push deeper, they encounter uncanny creatures, eerie plant life, and shifting realities that mirror their inner traumas. The Shimmer doesn't just change the environment, it reflects, refracts, and replicates what's brought inside. The film is a cerebral blend of science fiction and cosmic horror, where the boundaries of identity and nature unravel in mesmerizing terror. Natalie Portman leads with a haunted, introspective performance as the film spirals into a hypnotic meditation on grief, change, and the annihilation of self. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. It, Chapter 2. Decades after confronting the terror in their youth, the members of the Losers Club return to Derry as adults when Pennywise the Clown resurfaces. Bound by memories and trauma, they unite once more to face fears that have evolved in both form and horror. Vampires versus the Bronx.
Yeah, are going to wipe you out like the vermin you are.
In In this comedic horror adventure, a ragtag group of Bronx teenagers discovers that their neighborhood is being infiltrated by real vampires. As business owners begin to vanish under ominous circumstances, the teens band together to expose the fanged threat and protect their block. The devil on trial.
The Warrens argue it was the demonic influence now inside Johnson that drove him to kill.
This chilling Netflix documentary explores the sensational 1981 murder case where demonic possession was offered as a legal defense, an unprecedented move in U.S. courts. Through interviews, reenactments, and archival footage, it examines the blurred lines between faith, fear, and the unknown. Old People.
Beast.
When a woman returns home with her children for her sister's wedding, the family becomes the target of horrifying aggression from elderly locals, an unsettling inversion of age-old tropes. Those who should be vulnerable become predators, turning a familial reunion into a fight for survival.